NEWSMAX Jerusalem correspondent Daniel Cohen joins us live from Tel Aviv with some details and reaction. Daniel, what are you seeing, hearing over there?
Sean, Christina, this is huge. Sorry to cut you guys off, but listen, there's a buzz here at Hostage Square like I haven't seen in weeks. 7 weeks, in fact, of hoping, wishing, even praying. And it sounds like tonight there could be some positive news, because this is where the families of those who have loved ones who have been taken into Gaza as hostages, this is where they've been. Some of them refusing to leave have been here for hours and hours. So let me tell you what I know, and then I'll tell you about what's going on around me. Prime Minister Netanyahu is convening Israel's war cabinet right across the street from me at the Kiryat, the military central command, at 6 p.m. local time. That's at the top of the hour. The political security cabinet at 7 p.m. and then the government at 8 p.m. All three of those bodies have to agree to the hostage proposal that's on the table. And I'm going to tell you what that is in just a moment. But upon the news in the last hour, hundreds of people have shown up here at Hostage Square. And I'm just saying, I was present. I shot this video, but hundreds of yellow balloons. These are for all the hostages. Remember, there are believed to be around 240 right now in Gaza. They just released these balloons. There's such an air of optimism right now. Not just because of that, but because of the deal and the latest outline that Prime Minister Netanyahu is basically going to be talking through here. And that is this: the terror organization Hamas is expected to release 50 hostages in exchange for a 4-day ceasefire. Now, in exchange, Israel will release 150 prisoners, women and children, and will allow fuel into the Gaza Strip as part of an increase in humanitarian aid. The list of hostages released does not include foreigners who do not have Israeli citizenship. Hamas, we're hearing, initially wanted a 5-day ceasefire, but it sounds like what's being discussed will be 4 days. Additionally, Israel will agree to pause airstrikes in Gaza for those 4 days so Hamas can locate the rest of the hostages. What does that mean, you may be asking? Hamas claims that it has 50 of the hostages and that the rest are being held by the other terror factions that exist there: Palestinian Islamic Jihad, Qassem Brigade, so on and so forth. Now, should Hamas manage to locate and release 20 more hostages, it would be awarded an additional 2-day ceasefire. Israel has been pummeling Hamas with airstrikes since October 7th. This is Prime Minister Netanyahu with the Golani Brigade. They have been in and out of Gaza. Listen to National Security Council spokesman John Kirby, though. He was asked, his fiery response Monday. He was asked about Israel and the aggression, the airstrikes, and he fired right back at a reporter and anti-Israel protesters, referring to the President Biden, as Genocide Joe. Listen.
What Hamas wants, make no mistake about it, is genocide. They want to wipe Israel off the map. They've said so publicly, more than one occasion. In fact, just recently. And they've said that they're not going to stop. What happened on the 7th of October is going to happen again and again and again. And what happened on the 7th of October? Murder, slaughter of innocent people in their homes or at a music festival. Israel is not trying to wipe the Palestinian people off the map. Israel's not trying to wipe Gaza off the map. Israel's trying to defend itself against a genocidal terrorist threat.
So important to say, there is no deal yet, but there is a framework for a deal. And according to that protocol, the approval of that hostage deal has to be passed by all three of those forums that I spelled out for you here in the beginning. But again, Sean and Christina, there's a buzz in the air here. There's somebody singing. I don't know if my mic's picking it up. There's people singing. There's people singing over here. There's people that were praying and singing right here. So, it's not 240, but 50 is a start. And I think most people here it's been weeks where there's been no news. They don't know how their loved ones are doing. The Red Cross hasn't been able to get in to assess. So I'm just kind of relaying, even in my speech, the hint of optimism, even though it's not a done deal yet. 50 hostages out of possibly 240-ish or so is a step in the right direction, and we'll be watching to see what unfolds.